sitter jag här vid familjen Lillqvists kök med Lee, Nancy och Randy Hanley från USA. Kommer att göra en liten presentation av dem och de får berätta vad som har fört dem hit till Finland och om släkten Hannula och det utvecklas till USA. So Lee, Nancy and Randy, welcome to Finland.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here.
Is this the first time you're visiting Finland and Larsmo and Jakobstad?
Yes, it is.
For you all?
It has always been our goal to come and see where our family came from. So we're very happy to be here, enjoying the hospitality.
Nice. So what did bring you here to Finland? Actually, it was like you wanted to search for your family roots and get in contact with your relatives here?
Yes, it actually started almost 20 years ago when Leander Hannula wrote a letter to my aunt explaining that he knew that he was a relative of hers, and would she write and tell what happened to the family when it got to America. That letter never was answered, and I found it 20 years later in 2000, year 2000, while going through some papers. She had died, passed away some years before, so I was going through the papers and found the letter and wrote to Eric saying, "Do you remember a letter of 20 years ago?" And he wrote back and said, "Yes, I do." And so that started a correspondence of 4 years to lead us to come here.
Yes.
And he thought we had disappeared because she did not answer him, so
Okay.
20 years went by.
So this was then the letter that rose the interest in coming here.
And I had always been interested in, the origins of my family. I knew that my great-grandfather had come from this part of the world. He settled in Bisbee, Arizona, and became a copper miner. He died shortly after he came to America, maybe 10 years and later in 1906. But he had 3 kids before that, which, the family tree spread from there in America. But I always had an interest to know where he came from, what the historical ancestry was about. So it's been very exciting for me to come to see the actual house that he lived in, which Leander Hannula still lives in today.
And you, Nancy, have you been also interested in this, or has this just been a father and son hobby?
Well, no, just by the nature that we have been married 40 years,
Yes.
so I have heard so much about the Finnish heritage, and so much that Lee's aunt Edith shared with us. So when we had this opportunity, it just we were all very excited to be here and to come here. So it's a kind of a dream come true.
Yes. So can you please then also tell us how did the Hannula family come to USA, and what happened? I think you know it.
Well, my grandfather left the farm because times were very difficult in the late 1800s and came to America and worked as a miner. He learned English, and he worked in Minnesota and Montana, and actually became a citizen of the United States in Montana, and then moved to Bisbee, Arizona, which is a long, long way, to do more copper mining. At that time, most of the bosses of the mines were Irish, so he changed his name from Hannula to Hanley, which was an Irish name, and he was promoted. It was just better. It was better for him, and so that's why we have the name Hanley and not Hannula.
And we have, I want to interject, over the course of the years we have referred to the name as Hannula, and we now realize it is Hannula. So forgive the habit of mispronouncing it. We don't mean to do that. One other very interesting note about Lee's family is that his grandmother, Mary Anderson, is also from this area, and she did not know Leander while they both lived here. They did not know each other, and they met and married in Bisbee. They both ended up in Bisbee after immigrating.
After my grandfather was killed in a mine cave-in while he was copper mining, my grandmother actually brought my father, my aunt, and my uncle back to Jakobstad, and they lived here for some time until just prior to World War One, and then they went back to the United States and stayed there.
Yes.
So all my father and my aunt and my uncle all lived here on the farm for a period of time.
During part of their childhood years.
Okay. But when your grandfather went first time to America, did he went alone or like?
To the best of our understanding, he did go alone.
Okay.
He was traveling under a passport by the Tsar of Russia, as Finland was a protectorate of Russia at the time. And we know very little about where he entered the United States or under what name, but we know he was there, but we don't believe he was with anybody else.
We're not sure actually, but we don't think so.
Yeah. So what happened then with the family of Hannula or Hanley after First World War when they came back to the States?
They went back to Bisbee, Arizona. My father, Randy's grandfather, went to college at the University of Arizona and became a structural engineer, mathematical engineer, and worked during World War II in California on a Navy base, and then after World War II moved to Phoenix, Arizona, and opened up his own engineering company, and he owned that company until he passed away in 1985. He and my mother had 3 children. I was the oldest son. I have a sister and a younger brother who's a dentist in Phoenix. And then we have 3 children. Randy, our oldest. We have a daughter, Lisa, a daughter, Shelley, and 5 grandchildren.
Do you know anything about if Hanley's family have kept in touch with the relatives here in Finland during the 100 years that have went since?
To the best of our knowledge, no. This is one of the first contacts we've had. Although my Aunt Edith spoke and wrote Swedish. And we never, as children, we never could understand why she was from Finland, but she spoke Swedish. We now understand.
Yes. She used to say she was a Finn Swede. We didn't really know what that meant, but we didn't understand that term.
So this vacation has solved that mystery.
Yeah, that's good. Yes. So how's your family situation today? What are you doing for your living, and how's life in Arizona?
Life is good. It's very good. We have a very wonderful family and grandchildren. I work as a builder of shopping centers and hotels, and my education is in business and accounting at the University of Arizona, the same college that my father went to, and Randy's grandfather. And we have built shopping centers in California and Arizona for the last 30 years.
I live in San Diego, California, and I also went to the University of Arizona. For my undergraduate, I received a master's degree from UCLA. My profession is in the investment management business, and I enjoy living in coastal California very much.
And I also went to the University of Arizona. And after Lee and I were married and had 3 children, I stayed at home to be a homemaker. And so I've never been in the career world in that way. And now, in addition to trying to be available for our grandchildren as often as I can be, I also help community projects for people who are in need of help, either in fundraising or in some way, perhaps homeless people or some medical areas that I do community work. It's called community volunteer. that's what I do, and we have a good life, very, very blessed life.
So now when you have been here, you have met Hannulas and also a lot of other families. Would you say that you have some, maybe you, Randy and Lee, that you have some Finnish characteristics or some characteristics that you wouldn't say that come from Arizona and from...
Well, I definitely think so. Just the couple days that I was in Helsinki, everybody would come up to me and speak Finnish, if they were going to come talk to me, because they just assumed I was, maybe with the eye color and some of the features. And people have told me that we have some of the physical features characteristic of Finns. And so that's very interesting, to hear that.
Yeah, some of the people I have met, I thought I was looking in the mirror. The cameraman.
I know, I did too, and I looked, and I wear my grandchildren on my wrist, and we have one who is very blonde, and I was looking, and I thought, even though he is only 2.
Yeah, all of our children were very blonde. Our daughters were platinum blonde, very white blonde hair, and everybody mistook them for Swedes or Finns. In fact, our daughter went to school in Denmark, college in Denmark, and she learned how to speak Danish, but she passed perfectly for a Nordic person.
Yes. So is there something here in Jakobstad and Larsmo that you would say that you could miss when you go back to the States now? Something that you don't have in Arizona that we have here that you would like to have? Maybe you wouldn't like to have all the snow and things because that's cold.
Well, I think the simple beauty of this area has really impressed us. I've taken the occasion every morning to go on a run, maybe 8 or 10 kilometers, just running around the area to see it with my eyes. And I'm just so pleased that it's so clean and beautiful, and the landscaping, the trees, everything is very different than Arizona, but very beautiful. It's just a very, very beautiful area. And the people are so friendly. We just have yet to meet anybody who wasn't just absolutely wonderful to us.
And the area where we are from, in the Phoenix, Arizona area, it's more spread out. And here you have we walk out of the hotel door, but it's like, a community. It's all centered around this, one area where it feels very much like a wonderful community.
Is there anything more you would like to add or say?
Well, I think I can speak on behalf of Randy and Nancy in thanking all the wonderful people who have come out to say hello to us, to join us, to invite us into your homes, to feed us wonderful food, maybe too much, but we have just enjoyed the hospitality and the genuine friendliness of everybody we have met here.
Yeah, it's been a real special event for us to meet so many relatives, distant relatives somewhere connected on the family tree. And as an American, you know that your family ancestry came from somewhere else. Nobody's an American. Everybody came from somewhere else, and it's not every American has the opportunity to go back to where their family actually came from and see the house where this, some distant relative immigrated from, and meet surviving relatives around the area. And so it's a real special event for us to have.
And if I could just add, to be with Jan and his family and Eric and his family, to see their excitement, to be so warmly received by them, and to know that we are so thrilled to be here, but they also seem to be so thrilled that we are here, and it's just a wonderful, warm feeling.
So I guess you will keep in touch with all the people here, and
yes.
maybe we'll see you again here.
Yes. or you'll come see us in America.
Yes, we will.
Well, we're hoping you will.
Yes, we put an open
Our home is
invitation.
open.
Open invitation for all our friends here to visit us in Arizona.
Yes, for everybody who's watching this, then you know that they can come.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
You can all contact me at randyhanley@yahoo.com.
Then I want to thank you for the interview, and I wish you a nice day here in Finland.
Oh,
This last
thank
day
you.
tonight.
Yes.
Thank you very much, and thank you again for the hospitality.
Thank you.